Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. Hopefully you guys can hear me and watch me without any issue and audio and video is working perfectly. If that is so, please write yes AV so I know for a confirmation that audio and video is working. Falang, you have Happy New Year to you, and waiting, I do expect the stream to be active right now and watch me without any issue and audio and video is working perfect. So yes. I have listened through basically incognito window, and I do hope that audio and video is working. If any of you are in the active chat, you can yes, YouTube guys, yes. Okay, I am very happy. Thank you, and for confirmation, let's move along. So I hope all of you had amazing Diwali, and you and your family had a lot of fun, and had some good food. So I do expect things to be very up for you guys. Lightka, hi, hello to you too. So this is basically just a few days after Diwali, and hopefully Diwali was not very destructive this time. Things were very calm, no major accident, no major incident so far. That has become national news, so which is a very good thing. And basically this year was the first year I experimented with pixel LED, and it was a huge success. So I'm very happy about that part, because again now that guarantees me that in next year I'm gonna buy far more strips, because right now the strips I have is for indoor use only, but now I will buy outdoor, and then I'll have far more better setup. A lot of people in my location have bought basically a pixel LED, however they do not have the controller. Penalty of that is that they could not actually use it as a display. They are just running a default animations and all that, and again default animation as a string rather than okay this is a whole matrix. To set it up a matrix mode, it does require a bit of effort, so that will be challenging for next year, although I do not have enough LEDs to have like full display output, because again you do need to buy a lot of them and they are expensive AF. So I have to tame my experience, but I think I can get a controller, because you can use ESP32 also as a controller, and most of the Pro controller are ESP32 based. So ESP32 WLED, and you can get most things done sorted without any issue. I bought M disk burner drive which cost us I ordered 10-20 pieces of it, sell it on Amazon for 18-20 dollars. Is it currently out of stock on Amazon? Yeah, it's what we call flipping, I think it's called. You can do that legally. You can do that if you have already bought it. You can do that if you have the stock of it. You can do that. Although to be fair, the moment you do it, you have to also understand there is not that much demand for it. So if, and again there is a very good chance that's why people are not buying it. It's 18,000 on it. So you may have to reduce your price. So let's say assuming you bought it 6,500, you have to sell it for 7,000, 7,500, basically 8,000. Let's say 8,000 would be a okay number for people to digest. And one thing you can do, in majority of people do not do in Amazon, is like have proper listing. Like what the hell is the product? Because you will be shocked how many things I've seen on Amazon that have photo of something else and the product is something else. That doing that properly will give a lot of customer interaction, because again this is a bit of a nerdy product. So if you document it properly, people who are looking into it, they're like, oh, this guy actually knows what they are talking about. You can even flash firmwares that allows you to rip 4K Blu-rays, so that will also be extra add-on. And again you have to be very clear, there won't be any warranty and things of that nature, so you can do that. Again, proper documentation will flat out elevate your stuff far beyond anyone else. And even if you do not jailbreak it, you can just say that it is jailbreak supportable, meaning the firmware is supported. You can do that. So there is a very good business case here, but assuming you're not going to sell many, like at best I could see you can sell 3 or 4 pieces, so it's not gonna be like printing money. Although if you do this with a lot of things, from buying from eBay and then selling it on Amazon, yes, then you can make it a business. I forgot if there is a word for it when you buy things from somewhere else. Flipping, I think it's called. You buy something at cheap and sell it for more expensive. Half of the people on Amazon do the same thing. They buy it from, let's say, Alibaba and things of that nature, and then they sell it on Amazon. Again, that's in abroad. In India, it would be like, let's say I bought electronics items. So most of the electronic shops that I buy from in Amazon, they generally have their own website. Like electric comp, I ordered parts from them, which again, they have delayed extremely. They are like, our seller has not sold it. So it's like, I was so frustrated. I wanted to cancel their charge from using credit card. Unfortunately, there is no simple option for that. I wanted to do that, but again, it's not viable option. Then I have ordered the Reese 22, Reese 52 or something like that. There is a different website, Reese 52. Yeah, Reese 52, REES 52, and in that website I have ordered the basically part for this thing. basically I wanted back panel wanted to make a what you call a hot swappable back plate for this. So to do that I needed SAS to SATA connector. That connector will be here and you will connect your wirings to that, and then you can pull in the hard drive and pull out the hard drive without needing to do the wiring. So you will get full hot swappable. I ordered the same component from Electrocom, but they were out of stock. They took the order, and again, after a week, they did not do anything. Then I emailed, they gave me a copy paste answer, did not do anything. I ordered in Reese, it's already in shipping. So that was a very bad experience. But it does happen. It's one of those things that trying anything other than Amazon does come with that risk. So far, I've been so lucky that almost every time I've tried to go away from Amazon, it has worked. But you know, luck does run out. Just one of those things. Okay, and Instagram has also, oh, recently my Instagram has finally started to grow, because again I started to dump all my old shots day by day, and it has one of the shot basically Iron Man's fusion reactor became very successful. A neutronic fusion reactor, that became very successful. That has like 600K views on Instagram, which again I have nothing on Instagram, so it is very shocking to me. Although I have no idea how people make money out of Instagram. I need to learn it, but that's a different topic. Now, as to recent videos that I've made, the biggest video has been the nuclear small modular reactor that is coming from basically the AI boom. However, I'm genuinely shocked that so many people are like underestimating, like, you know, how difficult it is to control radioactive waste. It's like, oh, we can do this. Of course you can do it. Who will do it? That's the question. Hello, sir Rahul Palji. Hello to you. So one of the primary things that I'm trying to, you know, get into people's head is that we are the problem. Okay, let that be very clear. It's not the science or technology. It's we are the problem, because if we do not basically imagine this way, if we could not control mines, if we could not control abundant oil well, you generally think that we're going to have like a giant structure that is going to be underground or under a mountain, and we're going to seal it and nobody's going to ever bother it. No, because here's the deal, run clock 200 or 300 years from now and people will be like, okay, why the heck this place is so sealed and secretive? People will forget about it. Governments are not known for keeping good record, and again that's why many nuclear scientists like, how do we convey this to future generation that do not dig here? Because anything you do, like do not dig here, will be like a big invitation. So like how we go to old temples and, like, you know, extract material out of them, because again, if you say do not come here, that's like a big invitation. So how do you do that? That's the problem. It's like, and I was saying that like, oh, it's a only 1,000-year waste. It's like 1,000 years. Like, do you even know what happened 1,000 years ago? Like saying that 1,000 years from and again, all the waste that has been created, it's literally a hot potato that people are like, hey, we do not want it here. Oh, we built a mountain chamber for this, but it leaked water. Yes, that has also happened. So all of these things are an issue, and people are like, we're just going to do it. It's like, who is paying for it? That's my main question, that I'm like genuinely shocked that it's like never talked about. Like, oh, who will pay for it? Like, that's the main question. Who the hell will pay for it? Raspberry Pi enough for programming on VS Code. Later I will build a PC. See, you can do it, but question is why? Raspberry Pi is not cheap unless you already have it. You have to understand, Raspberry Pi nowadays is not cheap. You can get a refurbished computer, small computer from Amazon for very cheap price, almost same price as Raspberry Pi, and it will be exponentially more better. So be very mindful. If you already have Raspberry Pi, that's a different thing. But if you do not buy Raspberry Pi to build a computer. You will find a lot of amazing deals in second-hand computer. Refurbished computer, again, refurbished computer comes with warranty also, so that's not a big deal, and you can get a lot of things done. You say at the end of your videos, if you don't like it, dislike it twice. How you know how many people disliked it twice and how many disliked it once? Yeah, it's I have seen it from some other YouTube channel, and it was a very clever thing, so I started doing it myself. Can we make EV scooter by DI? See, you can do anything you want. Anything that is made by human can be made by human. That was the whole point of the video of, like, you know, right to repair. And again, look at basically Canadian truckers who literally build a trucking company and built a truck, got it government approved, and they are now building 2 more trucks out of it. How the heck that's possible? Again, there is, if it's made by human, it can be made by human. Question is, do you have the time, money and patience and perseverance to actually pull it off? See, it's starting a project is child's play. Getting a lot of progress done, super easy. It's just having the momentum to finish it, that's the difficult part. Again, that's the difficult part for me. But I have seen almost every Tom, Dick and Harry that is on YouTube and all that, and most of them have the same stories. Like, they start hundreds of projects, it's like they barely finish 20, 30 of them. So yes, you can do it. That's not an issue. It's just that, can you afford to do it? So that's the whole thing. Yeah. So then, yeah, I saw Amazon refurbished PC prices 13 specs, 8 Gen 16 GB. Maybe it's better, right? Absolutely, it is better. Because here's the deal: buying a Raspberry Pi new, it's no longer a viable option. Raspberry Pi used to be cheap; it was $35. Now it is like freaking $80, $200, $220. You can get a quality hardware for that kind of price. And again, it's not even like Raspberry Pi is gonna consume 20 watts and the computer is gonna consume 500 watt. It's like computer is gonna consume 70 watts and you're gonna have 20 watts. So it's not no longer the differential that used to be there. So you're gonna have a very good experience with computer. So yeah, that's there. Just as the story was same, a company dumped toxic and later it contaminated the area. That's the whole thing. It's like humans cannot be trusted with something that requires to exceed hundreds of years. That's the problem part. Let it be very clear. It's the problem part. And another aspect is, how do you know it's safe? It's just hopes and dreams. Because yes, still, when 3 Mile Island was built, it was not built to go boom. But it did had an issue. It did had a meltdown. Again, very minor issue. But the scary part of that is like it took almost America's all scientific might to actually go there to figure out what the hell is going on. It's like it's something is that complex. You really do not want it in civilian life, so to say. That's why I have no issue if people want to do it in army, because again, that's a very different kind of ecosystem. You do not have to worry about ROI. You do not have to worry about cost cutting. Again, I do know people do cost cutting, but if you think cost cutting in army is cost cutting, yeah, cost cutting in civilian world is like lol. It's on a whole different level of lol. Like there was this one gentleman who worked in basically F-16, I think, and he jumped to basically civil aviation after retiring from army, and he's like Boeing, and he saw there, it's like, dude, you are approving things that if I did that in army, they will just ground the plane permanently. It's like, oh, we are not building fighter jet, we are building, like, we have to worry about profit. So you have to understand this. That's the fundamental aspect. Yeah, I saw that. Just heard a story about the same. Yeah. Did you hear the news about Mount Fuji for first time in 150 years? It hasn't received any snow. It's these sort of things are normal now. Again, my personal experience with global warming was when I actually traveled to Jammu and Kashmir. So we went through road. Now there was milestone, and milestone had a month written on it, like June, and then there was December. So December will come first, and then there was like June, and I did not understand because it repeated. It was like December, June, then it was again December, June, and I'm like, what the hell? That means I asked the driver. The driver was very clear. The snow used to come that far, and they were like very clear on it. It's like, hey, if the snow is coming here, so in winter do not go above this because there will be snow. And in summer, snow will be shrink to this much, do not go beyond it. They are repeating this multiple times, and I'm pretty sure now they are not doing it because who worries about milestone, but you get the point. So that was my first experience with global warming. I was like, oh, it's actually happening. So at some point now people are saying, oh, it's not global warming and all that. It's like, yeah, effects are there. You can call it hulululu if you want, but effects are there. So that's the whole thing. Was education qualification? Yeah, please keep guessing. I have repeated it so many times. Boring. G-Day, good evening, beers. Unfortunately, I'm a sober individual, so I cannot cheers for you guys. I do drink Sprite, so that's there. That's there. That's there. Like the video military tech trainings field comment like there goes my lifelong savings. Yeah, that's the whole thing. You have to understand, it's like who is paying for it. That part bothers me to no end, and that's why like I freaking hate engineers and scientists on this. It's like they're like, we're gonna do it. It's like there is not a single power plant that's like, okay, we're gonna build it, and it was built, and people who built it rushed it, and they were like, oh, there's this problem, oh, there is this problem. Like Fukushima was such a stupid disaster. It should not have happened. That's the sad part of it. Like 3 Mile Island, again, it was very early days, okay. Chernobyl, it was a miracle it did not went to boom, because again they did knew that there was something fundamentally wrong with the design, and they did not fix it. It went boom. That's like, it was just a matter of time. Those conditions would have matched, it would have went to boom. It did went to boom, the end. And then you have come to Fukushima. It should not have went. It's Japanese people who know their stuff and all that. Yeah, no, like there were written letters. Do not have all your backup generators below this. Your basically what you call flood walls that's supposed to protect you against tsunami is not high enough. There were like written things of that. And again, if Japanese could not afford to have like walls and all that, and now they are paying billions of dollars on the cleanup, you're gonna tell me that that system is better than solar? And let me be very clear. Solar, is it perfect? No. Wind, is it perfect? No. Geothermal, is it perfect? No. Biogas, is it perfect? No. HVDC, is it perfect? No. And tidal, is it perfect? No. Wind energy, Wave energy, perfect now. But here's the deal, what happens if you mix all of them? Now it's a perfect system. Basically, exactly how human body works. There is no one core that's like, I got this, it's everything perfect. But like you have mix of sub-optimum systems working in collective to become an optimum system. And it's like what if we do this bullshit and this bullshit, and it's like, what if we burn money, and then it's like we don't have the money to burn. It's like we don't have the money. It's like, where are you coming for this bullshit? It's like, what if we burn money? It's like it will become inflation for people. Why you want to hurt your future generation that badly? And again, this was acceptable in 1970 because we did not have solar, we did not have wind. Now we do. So I genuinely do not get this sort of retard level of like nuclear. It's like, why? It's like, again, I get it. It does require grid. Again, non-radioactive, super cheap, and does pay off. Solar wind farm, again, you know the ROI. And again, time-wise, solar is super quick. Meaning, if you want to build a solar farm, it will be built. It's quick. A wind farm, it takes a bit of time. Offshore wind farm is a bit slow, but again, it can be done. And again, Europe has mastered the technology quite well. So it's no longer like, what if this and what if that? It's like, yeah, we know how to do it. It's like, it's just that problematic aspect of it. It's like, what if you have the magic solution? It's like, what if you use the tools that are not radioactive? We can dump the stored nuclear waste on planet which no one lives on, only the economical part. That's the whole thing. The economic is the physics, engineering, economics. If you cannot make economic sense today, how the heck do you expect it to make sense 10 years from now or 50 years from now? That's the problem part of it. That's the problem part of it. One silly question, what is the easiest and cheapest way to destroy the earth? Define destroy. Like, do you want to destroy the biosphere? Do you want to destroy the planet itself? What do you want to do? Happy Diwali, hope you did burst a lot of characters. And no, I do not have that kind of budget. Crackers are expensive nowadays, so I do not have that kind of budget. I did do pixel lighting, and I was very happy because while in my hometown, it's not very like, tier 1 city, but there was a lot of pixel lighting. None of them had control, and none of them had the LED strips, and my LEDs were like 60 LED per meter. Most of them were like 5 LED per meter, not 5, I think 8 or 10, like those strings, like the LEDs are this far apart. So I had a very different kind of lighting vibe going on in my house, and because again I have railings, so I had spools of going it, and like basically underside I had the LED, and on top of used ropes to tie it together, because again you do not want to sag. I got it. It was like really awesome. I'm very happy with that. And this year was the first time I got to utilize these puppy. These are 3D printed two pin plug. You have to understand modern mobile chargers. If I have a mobile charger here, let me find it. I'm trying to find it out. Yeah, I found it. So this 2-pin plug is actually not 2-pin, it's 3-pin plug, meaning if you had an earthing pin, then the spacing would be right. So you could not connect it to 2-pin female socket. So I had to physically buy a 2-pin female socket, took the metal parts out of it, design a basically plastic part of it, and then ta-da, I had to do this. Again, I didn't knew this would be an issue last year, so I designed it last year. This year I printed it and I used it, and I'm very happy that I did. So I'm very happy about that. Happy watch $1 billion solar power plant station concentrating solar light hits and turbine $1 billion America. No. See, solar concentration does not work as effectively as you would think. It has way too, you have to understand, you need the high temperature to be very high, and getting that high temperature with sunlight, as in like reflecting from mirrors, is not that viable. Like we barely get 1000 degrees Celsius. You have to understand the coal furnace can easily exceed 1500 degrees Celsius. So, and again, they do have pressurized water running through it, otherwise it will melt, but you get the point. It's difficult. That's why like it did never work. And again, the more moving part, the more money you have to spend. And solar panels are far more cost effective. You put it and you forget about it. You have inverters, and again you replace it once in a while, and again modern inverters are very long lasting. Heck, inverters have warranties of 15 years to 20 years, so it's not that big of an issue. Substation, you're gonna need substation for any power plant, so that's not that's a no-brainer. So that's why solar farm works rather than solar concentrator system. Everybody has tried solar concentrator. It's just that you will get far less power and your bill would be far higher. There are actual solar concentrator power plants in USA that has been abandoned. It's too expensive to run them. Even though they built it, it's too expensive to run them because the energy that they are getting out of it, they could not sell it cost effectively. So that's why that does not work, as you think. Is black hole any use of humans, and does physics allows the creation of man-made black hole? In principle, yes, it can be done. In terms of use, I do not think humans are ready for that level of manipulation of, god level forces yet. Like we are barely handling E equal to mc square, let alone antimatter, matter and antimatter annihilation. That's like a whole different level. So I do expect that to be not done anytime soon. It can be done, it's just that there's no point of doing it right now. And again, we have bigger issues to worry about. That's the main thing. We have bigger issues to worry about. So my apologies, I'm a bit sick today, so I do not have the full energy reactor that I used to have. They built it high. Hello. They built it. Okay. Yeah, so right now, technically I should have gotten the SAS to SATA adapter today only. Then I would have worked on the making the back end of this hard drive enclosure, but that's now on hold because again that has not arrived yet, and I do not know what to do about that electrocom because that's such a waste of money. It's painful. Yeah, things like this happen. Things like this happen. So. And powder metallurgy video is also getting some amount of traction. So that's the whole thing. And again, as of now, there is one European guy who's like, you have this sort of a short-term view because you are from India, and like, Europe has like 2,000-year-old castle. I'm like, Europe used to have hundreds and thousands of castle. Now they only have few of it. That's the whole problem. It's like, it's a survival bias. Like, yeah, Roman things survive. No. One or two things of anything will survive. If you have 10,000 of something, 10,000 copy of something, one or two will always survive. So those things surviving does not mean that everything was that high quality. Another aspect, in every war, like rocks, stones, things of that nature are not dangerous to you. It's not like, oh, I touched this, I died. There is no such thing in castle that has that kind of system. Radioactive has that kind of, you must have seen that Chernobyl graphite block touching that. Yeah. And again, it takes 5,000 years. Let that sink in. 5,000 years. It's not 1 year, 2 year, 5,000 years. And again, there is a convolution of the part, like, oh, this is like, fusion. It has less radiation compared to other things. Yes, technically, but it's higher energy. So happy Diwali to you, technical Paratha. Okay. Chat is slow. Yeah, it is. Although I do not blame you guys. Like I'm very drained. It's like it's been quite some time. Like I was used to pain, but like this is after a very long time I actually fell sick. So I had a question. What's your full name? Anupam Vipul feels like both first name. Yeah, ask my father. That's the name. Late today. How are you? No, I'm well. I'm not great. It's just like it is what it is. Thankfully, I did manage to clean up. Oh, there is this one thing that I bought. Hold on. This Velcro strap. Hold on. Where is this? I bought this Velcro strap. It's very awesome. I bought a package of it. Like one packet had 8 of them, and it's like each of them is 1 meter. So I use this to tie my basically Wi-Fi router into my table leg. So now my router is no longer hanging putting on top of a computer. So that was I recommend all of you to buy this. Like it's a really good cable organization system. And again, if you have a thick bundle, you take a bigger cut of it. If it's thin bundle, you take a small cut out of it. It's really awesome. And it's like you get 1 meter of this. Again, I would expect to find long strings of it. I could not. The seller was like, you can buy these or one black color, which was not very long. So I chose this. It's a very long system. It's a really, really useful way. And you must have seen like many things are, instead of coming with zip tie or cable tie, are coming things like this. It's really useful. You can see. Yeah, see. Ta-da! Ta-da! It's like, I would recommend all of you to buy that. How's your hamstring pain? Okay or not? Nah, that's the weak link. Again, right now, that's my priority. Getting like, my mom also has to go through a family checkup, what we call yearly checkup or something like that. In that time, when that will be arranged, I will also get my hamstring checked because again, it's frustrating. Like, there was one good thing happened this Diwali is that I had a talk with one of my relatives. He's like similar age as me, almost same age as me, and he's also like very sorted like financially and all that. But he was also saying, like, again, I did not ask. He was also saying, like, now he has to be a bit more mindful of his energy. He cannot just, like, work 24/7 as he used to. And it was a very big sigh of relief for me because, again, the Anupam Vipul that was, like, built this channel 4 years ago, it was completely different. Like 4 years ago, I actually worked 2 weeks double week, meaning back then there was no short. So that back then I was doing basically 5 videos per Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and time and time again I did double video, meaning one day I was making 2 videos, again working till late night, and I did that for a whole week, and then next week I chilled out. And for that, one of the biggest mistake in my life, I did that for 2 weeks. That gave me this hamstring pain. And again, I did show it to doctor. It's like, yeah, it takes 6 months. Yeah, it did not. It's like, it's not fixed. So it's one of those things that you have to understand, like as you age, specifically after 30, you have to be very mindful of the energy expenditure. Like you have to know how much energy you are spending. You have to be wise about things. Otherwise, it's not comfortable. Let's just put it that way. Try Indian martial arts things, maybe that will help. Time is flying and is sad. Not sad. It's like, it is what it is. It's one of those things you have to understand. Yes, dear, right now, again, people who are born in 1990s, they lived through the biggest change in human history. Like we went from nothing to digital era, so to say. All of that happened very quickly. So we went through the biggest, what we call paradigm shift ever. Not like, here and there, like the biggest paradigm shift ever happened. So we did got to, again, computer became a thing, computer job became a thing, AI became a thing. All this happened, like, again, you have to understand how old I am. It's like in my hometown, there was telephones, but they were only had 4 digit. Then they got 5 digit, then they became 6 digit. I saw all of this happening. Again, that's very clear. In USA, they already had this, but in India, it's like we kind of rushed growth, so to say. So we were very behind by 1990s. By 2000, we are like starting to catch up. By 2010 we were like ahead. Like India got 5G so quickly compared to USA. It's like, it's hilarious. And again, our internet condition is far better than USA. Like you would be shocked how bad internet is in European countries and America, so to say. Wisdom is key, yes, at any age. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Optical computer update. See, it's a more of a telecommunication vector, so to say. More people are working on telecommunication end rather than making a computer out of it. Yes, you can get compute cards out of it, but it's not a high priority right now. So it's like people had like, quantum mania for quite some time, where it's like a quantum, but now it's coming down. More and more projects are being cancelled, and the money sinking has slowed down, because again, the biggest issue right now in quantum computer is that we do not know that it actually works. Because if you're like, okay, qubits, right, that's the actual crunching part. What if you have more qubits? Again, it creates more error, but you have to understand, if it's just adding more errors, what's the point of making it? So they need a system where it's like, hey, if we have this much qubits, let's say 10,000 qubits, it does not have error growing at the same rate. Error must grow slowly compared to compared to the baseline, and that has not been achieved neither by IBM, neither by Google or anyone like that. So that's a very reason why quantum computer is no longer in the news. Nobody has finally cracked it yet. And again, people are working on it. It's not like it's completely abandoned, but the excitement, the free-flowing, sorry about that, the free-flowing money, that has like finally shut down. So yeah, that's there. Which firecracker? I did not buy any. I did not have the money. Doesn't the 2008 feels like times isn't timing, like passing at light speed? It happens. It's one of those things. It happens, man. Like you have to understand this. The worst experience I had so far was the court case, and again, it took everything out of me. Like it's more of like psychological damage rather than like physical money waste and all that. And because it's a slow burn, like they slowly boil you like a frog, it's a very painful experience. And again, it will take years for me to truly psychologically recover from that. So it is what it is. I have to, at some point you have to accept it, at some point you have to move forward. And again, it's painful, I know, like I know from actual experience. So but I have no other solution. Like either I bitch about it or I solve it or try to move forward with it. And things, as of now, things are looking up. This channel just crossed 10,000 subscribers after so long. Today only I got the email from YouTube, like 10,000 subscribers finally crossed. So I'm feeling a bit relieved. And even my Hindi channel is finally growing. Like there was a time my Hindi channel was like growing almost like I think that peak was 10,000 subscriber per month, so to say. And then it shrunk to almost 1,000 subscriber per month. Like 1,000 subscriber per month was like there for so long, I almost lost hope. But again, thankfully, my few of the shots actually blew up, and they blew up so quickly. It's like, okay, now I'm finally getting 10,000 subscriber per month again. So finally I can see, oh, yesterday like it was 300,000 subscribers. Okay, now it's 300,001. Now it's 302, 303. Like that's how it's going right now. Right now it's view your channel. My channel right now it's 312. It's 312K. So things are like, looking up after so long. Like I have to say, like 100K to 200K was like quite easy. Even 100K was not that bad, but 200 to 300K took time. It took time. I got tired, man. It took so much time. And again, I have no idea what the hell is happening on my English channel. It's not growing, it's not shrinking, it's just like stuck. It's barely getting me like 100 subscribers per month, and it's been the same way for 4 years. I have no idea what the hell is going on. Again, I thought adding live to this will boost it, but let's see. Let's see what's happening. So thank you for all your greeting from Mexico City. Damn, what is the time there right now? Where you think AI hype will start to slow down? Again, once the venture capital money starts to shrink, hype will go down. I would expect that to happen in 3 years from now. Because again, at some point, venture capital will be like, hey, bro, you took so much money, cool, awesome, GG. Show a product for it. And here's the deal, how would you sell AI? Right now, it's like people are just genuinely expecting is like, how would you sell AI? Like a coder AI, so to say, has a very niche use case. But again, it's not just coding AI. You need a natural language interpreter, so to say. You need basically 2 AI. Again, maybe big companies can justify this sort of investment. But again, can you justify billions of dollars that companies are asking for it? No. So AI hype, I do not expect it more than 2-3 years. So that's there. Would you try a real experiment like Intigza? I do not know what you are referring to, so I do apologize for that. Please make a video about dark web and anonymity. Yeah, see, that's far beyond my level and it's very dangerous. So for that reason, I do not cover it even with a 10-foot pole, so to say. Yes, man, things will come to place and it will feel relief. Very deserving channel in my opinion. Thank you so much for saying that. I am capable of building basic computer with a transistor, but I still do not understand how qubits work. No one explains how basic computer with all explanations give us all state at once. Yeah, see, qubits have a different calculation. You have to pay for brilliant sponsor, not brilliant sponsor, as in like brilliant course. They have a very good explanation how the heck it works. There is also a Microsoft training site where you can actually try to do it yourself. So you can do it. Like there are some tools where it's like it's gonna work. English channel is the same phase as Hindi channel was. Yeah, I would say. But again, English channel did not grow. Like the only reason I keep doing English channel is because it's basically views to money ratio is very high. So even though the channel is very small, the view, basically how much views I'm getting per month versus how much money I'm getting per month, it's very little, but it is in proportion much higher compared to in my Hindi channel. So Hindi channel has the scale, this has the efficiency, and my other channel, this is Camera Tuesday, that Hindi channel I separated out because again people were complaining too much about Camera Tuesday, so I was like, okay, let's eat Camera Tuesday and make it into a separate channel. That is also reaching good speed. Again, if that channel overtook this one, then it would be like, what the hell am I doing? Yeah, I'm capable of building English channel is a okay, yeah, I explained all the live chats. Yeah, cool. So yeah, those things are there. You have to understand, like, there are days where things are very difficult, things are very tedious, so to say. Why easy to get distracted? Because of dopamine. Again, see, we humans are not machine. We are not Vulcans. We are not Vulcans. It's like, it is what it is. It's like, imagine this way. You want a cricket team. Let's say India wants a cricket team that never loses. Again, everybody wants that. Everybody works for that. But assume some god comes around. It's like, okay, grant you your wish. You will never lose any cricket match. Fun fact, nobody will start watching it after a few years. Once they have realized, oh, they never actually lose, nobody will watch it. Same goes with life. It's like, you may think like, hey, what if I can have perfect control over myself? Wouldn't that be awesome? Yes and no. Yes, it will be, it will feel awesome, but it will make you cruel. And not to mention, you will get frustrated as hell. Because again, other people won't. So it is, it's like what you call a human condition, so to say. It's what we call human condition. On other upstreaming news, I'm seeing Edition Motors getting a lot of attention, and they are finally starting to build 2 more trucks. And again, this company is doing something so amazing. They are breaking down the myth about vehicles. It's like Elon Musk is like so complex, it's this and that. It's like, bruh, it's just a metal rails and with cuts hole into it. Done. Go home. They are building it. Like, you can see, oh, this is the metal rail. Oh, this is the hanger block. This is how you put the e-axle. This is how you do the wiring. All of that is so transparent. It's like, if you want to learn how things are done, you can just, you will be shocked how much you can learn if you watch all of the uploads that they are doing. You'll be shocked. And again, they are so transparent. They're like, yeah, we had a design where they're like, we had one motor on one end, another flipped. Again, that caused a lot of wiring issue and software issue. Again, they're like, okay, now that's not an issue. So things are this way. The problem with modernization of AI is the open source and free AI most people will use, and free one will get more problem is subscription price will pay thousands to create scripts. It's bra, not bra. Again, you have to understand open source AI is not useful unless you have training data on it. So you can't like I can take a trained data extract and run it to my computer, and again my computer should be able to do a okay kind of AI, because again the VRAM is limited. I only have 12 GB of VRAM. It's 4070 Ti, the model I have. If I had 4080 which had like 16 gigs of RAM, then again a more parameters could be run, but as of now it's not that difficult, so to say. But I can do that. But again, how good that would be, it directly goes on the training, and training has to be done on supercomputers. How do you find the correct expected output if you are going to use a traditional computer analysis output? Why we need quantum computers? We aren't able to find video gate functions like so. See, I'm not the right person for that. You want to go really deep, and I appreciate that, but I'm not the right person to explain that. And you have to understand there are certain types of calculation, not all calculation. Let that be very clear. Only certain types of calculation that will benefit from that, not all, not all. Let that be very clear. If somebody is saying quantum computer will replace logical computers, no, quantum computers will add on to it. Basically it will be like you have your hypercluster, and then you will have basically quantum computer add on to it, where it's like, hey, we need this sort of crunching power, a quantum computer will solve it. So that would be the real world use. Do not expect it to replace it. Let that be very clear. Do not let that. Anyway, do you meditate? No, my mind is too noisy. Every time I meditate I go mad. So it's bra, not bra. So I do expect that you understood the quantum computer. Do not expect it to be a replacement. Do expect it to be a unique type of tool. Like same way we have computer with CPU and GPU, and nowadays with a neural processing unit, you will have a quantum processing unit. Again, servers will do that. You will not. But that will. It's like damn. Okay, my apologies. Yep, I'm getting tired, man. My apologies, I'm very tired. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. So in terms of basically lighting, we had three sort of remotes. These were very cheap RGB lighting. This was basically USB 5 volt lighting. This was 12 volt pixel LED. So this time I managed to use all three. So it was a very, very successful thing. In your presence, belief, is there existence of paranormal activity, ghost? I haven't experienced anything like that. No. See, problem with sorry about that, I'm like really sick. See, problem with ghost is that it requires you to believe it. And again, imagine sorry, ghosts are basically what we wish to be. Basically we get stuck in walls, right? We can be caged, so we imagine ghosts, so ghost can walk through walls. We get hungry, so ghost cannot get weak, like, you know, ghost does not need hungry. Basically it's almost like soul, how we design everything we have. Like, you know, we have a certain requirement, human body needs to do this, this. So soul and ghost, these things are basically our escape fantasy, whereas like, wouldn't it be nice if you were in a stage where we did not age, we did not die, we did not like, you know, basically wouldn't be awesome if we were immortal. So basically they came up with the idea, it's like, what if we have souls, but the souls can exist on their own. Now here's the problem, if souls can actually exist on their own, why the heck body exists? It's like you have 5G, like, you know, 5G telecommunication technology and people are using Morse code. Why? It makes no sense. So that's the whole point. I hope till the camera and sit. Okay. I do not intend to sit, but you know, let's just see. Let's just see. See, it's just like designed for standing. It will only look like that. How you do? You are too long. Not I'm too long. I heard analog that if the normal computer computes land quantum computer will be water, something somewhere around these lines. Yeah, trust me, that's just hypes. If somebody is telling you, that's just hype. Quantum computer is just a replacement, or not even replacement. It's like only certain types of algorithms benefit from quantum computer. Almost nothing benefits from quantum computer. Why? Because again, we did not design them with quantum computer in mind. And felt sleepy. Yeah, it's like, man, it's like, it's been so long that I've been sick. Like, I know pain, but like, it's quite some time since I've been sick. I want AI technologies to fail because it will only benefit the rich. I do get it, but your what we call hopes and desires are placed on the wrong place, because you have to understand, with money comes with lot of trying. With lot of trying, eventually things will happen. It's the same saying that people say now. It's like, brute force. If it's not working, you are not applying enough of it. Same goes with money. If you are not applying enough funding, it will not work. But if you apply enough funding, it will work. Ghost is imagination. Yeah, that's the whole point. I feel sleepy. I clicked on the all ad while your video playing on my phone. Hope you get something. Yeah. Oh, in that regard, something very interesting happened. I just received the first payment from Amazon affiliate, and it's a far more desirable output, so to say. Meaning, actually, from channel's point of view, it actually made more than the channel did. So it's there. It's a very good system. Only problem is it's very finicky, because again, Amazon has kicked out people and there is no recourse. It's like they're just like poofed. I did that. I did Amazon affiliate long ago, but again, they cancelled it. That's why I did not had the balls to do it again. This time I tried it because again, I'm losing time. So I was like, okay, let's try it. If it works, awesome. It does not work, no problem. And again, Amazon does have one good thing. It's like if they have a threshold of 2,000 rupees of money transfer, as in like same way YouTube has $100 of threshold, you have to cross $100 in order for them to pay the money. Amazon has 2,000 rupees. Unless you make more than 2,000 rupees, they will not transfer it, and they'll wait for it to pile up. So if you cross that, you can get the money. And again, people make a significant chunk of money, because again, it's very useful for the audience, so to say, because they are not paying anything more. So that's a good for them, and I'm getting a bit of commission. And especially if people buy big things, like somebody bought a washing machine from my affiliate link, which was awesome. I'm really happy with that. So if people buy big things, and again, even like thousands of people from this English channel and 100,000 people from English my Hindi channel did that, I will be sorted. Like, I will be so sorted that I could just dump all the money that is coming from Amazon affiliate directly into Nifty 50, and then let's just let it cook. I'm not even gonna worry about what if Amazon cancels it. Just like let it cook, let it just slowly go into there, and then it will become all that. Yeah. What is your favorite sweet? Okay, let me try to bring it down a bit further. I'm very tired. Okay. I hope this is a bit better. What's your favorite sweet? Besan ka laddu. That's my personal favorite sweet. Besan ka laddu. Homemade, not market bought. Homemade. Do you take any kinds of meds to alleviate pain? Not yet, not yet. But again, that's the next big thing that I have to do. Again, same way I had a slip disc and I got it sorted. This again, it comes and goes. That's why like I was never that serious about it. And again, early days it was really bad, so I did took it. But in recent 2-3 months, when I had to go court so many times, it got triggered again, so to say. And again, it's painful now. So it is what it is. How many hours of sleep you get every day? Oh, that part is good. That part is good. I'm sick right now. That's why I'm feeling sleepy. But other than that, I'm like, that part is lucky. See, other than finance, everything else about my life is GG. Other than the court case and a health issue. But again, I've seen so many people, same 30 years old, we have so many health issues. It's like I'm flying. Imagine having sugar when you're 30 years old. It's painful. So many things. So while my situation is not super awesome, but again, it's not bad, so to say. Should government privatize everything? Not everything, but many things they should privatize, especially electricity. Electricity has to be privatized. If India does not get the shit together, we will fall apart exactly like South Africa. We have to get electricity sorted. If we do not, bad things will happen. I will ask a question in command after compare my life. Please answer it if I forget my question. Okay. Hello, should the government privatize? Okay, so I took advice and noted transcript. Believe me, it worked very well, especially GPay notes one. Yeah, that's the whole point. For finance, the primary reason people have issue with finance is like they do not track it. Again, right now, only today also, again, all the tiring and all that, I did my bank app. Again, I've switched to Bank of India for this exact reason. Bank of India does have CSV output, meaning basically passbook, right? So I can get a digital passbook that is CSV. Now here's the deal. PDF is given by all banks, but you cannot transport it into Google Sheet or any sort of sheet application. CSV is intercompatible, meaning you can easily carry it from one to another. So I used to use Federal Bank, but again, because they used to give me PDF. In the early days, the PDF was convertible, but something happened long ago and it stopped being convertible. So then I gave up on it. I transferred my bank into a local bank, which again I needed it. I should have done it long ago, because again, if something bad happens and I need to go to basically physical branch, yeah, I can actually do that, because again my federal bank is in Bangalore. I can't do anything that. So it is what it is. But again, right now, today only I downloaded from October 1 October to 31st October, and got the CSV, dumped it into my Google Sheet, which I do for tax year. And in that I have dropped down. Basically in that drop down I have selected option like, food, health, project, credit card payment. I have this sort of drop down. I map everything out, and it's super easy. And again, because I'm using Google Pay, I can write down the remark what exactly I bought. So it's so easy. It makes my life so much easier that I was like, okay, that's what's happening. That's the primary thing. Is like how you can do that. Good camera angle. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Yeah, it is what it is. I can't do much about that. Where you see yourself in next 10 years? I do not know, man. I do not know. Like, I'm working very hard to let go of future. Like, I used to live in past or future. I never live in present. So I'm working very hard to let go of this brain damage. It's like I have to live in today, because I do not know what will happen tomorrow. And if I worry about tomorrow, I lose today, and tomorrow is like there. So I do not know what will happen tomorrow. Again, my current like short-term plan is, instead of having this TV, I'm gonna replace it with a smart board, and then I'm gonna, like, that would be a next big change that I want to do. Like, if you watch my channel's very old videos, like 3 years ago, I think, you will see I had 44-inch LCD TV. Then I upgraded to this OLED. Now I will upgrade this to smart TV. So that's the current plan, so to say. So let's see how long I can, how long it takes me to save up that much money and get it bought and sorted and all that. So I'll do that. Good camera. Okay, if electricity gets provided, then the per unit cost will increase exponentially and become unaffordable. See, either you take unaffordable electricity or you take no electricity. It's not an option. Like, here's deal: it will not become unaffordable. It will, again, it will become expensive. Why it will become? Because we are stealing electricity. So either you keep doing what we are doing, and eventually it will reach a point government has to cut down power plants. Because yes, the power plants are privately owned, they are not government controlled, and if government have to pay for it, it will increase your inflation. So instead of going like this, you are going like this. So fundamentally, you do not want, if electricity is expensive, people will invest into solar. If electricity is expensive, people will save more. So it will balance itself out. And again, there are places in India that has sorted that, it's working. So it's a doable thing, and there is no other option. If we keep losing, like, if you want to figure out which states are poor, see their electrical standard. If electricity is good, the state is doing good. If electricity is bad, you know they are not good. Like, you do not need that much money. What will happen to properties such as land, money, as you don't have any children for future generation? Again, I don't have any land or property or anything like that, so it's not my worry. Again, see, do not give me death, give me life that is worth living. Right now, my life is not what you call desirable, so to say. And again, it's the primary thing is the court case, and my health did not, like, I'm like unable to push through those things. These things are breaking me. Again, there are other people who are like, dude, I lost my arm, I'm cool. I'm not that. I'm not that. So it's my weakness. So again, in my current situation, I do not have the luxury to worry about those things. It's like, and I'm not even making that much money. It's like I'm barely hanging on, so to say. So, because again, if I have children and all that, all I will give them is poverty, and that's a cruelty. I rather not be cruel. So that's why I'm not that worried about that. Do something, bro. You gotta have fix your finances, otherwise you will afford Russians. See, it's one of those things. It's like life has its plan. I have a plan. Again, my plan did not include getting destroyed in a court, but it did happen. So it's one of those things. It's like you have a plan, and then nature has a plan. So life has a plan. So life plans supersedes my plan. So I'll see what happens with that. ChatGPT gives some useful data about quantum gates. It's not gate. Do not think in that way. It's not gates. It's qubits. That's why it's called qubits. It's different. It's supposed to be in 8 superposition, not 1 on-off situations. 8 superposition. No one should ever know where he or she finds himself in next 10 to 20 years. That's one thing. What happened to your large whiteboard? Yeah, whiteboard. I do have it, but there is no use of it. It's like, again, I want smartboard, not whiteboard, because again, if I do present, I've seen a lot of YouTubers, Indian YouTubers, successfully utilizing that, and again, it works with what I'm used to. So I really want to do that. Like, I think that will be a good addition to my channel. I hope, other than that, because again, it's a big ass investment. I hope it would be a good, like, investment. The best investment I have is my camera. The money I've poured into it literally created a career. So that's the best investment. Everything else is like, so that's that. Is this camera angle? Okay. Yeah, this camera angle, okay. Do you remember the name of village, southern part of India that sell electricity generated by solar? I'm not sure. What is that? Enel Bella screaming. Yeah, it's some firecracker that had that sort of weird sound. Yeah, it's weird. What's your views on stock market investing? How many minimum source of income one should have? See, it's one of those things. It's like everybody should have it. It's like everybody should be a millionaire, but like you can't. You have to understand it. Like you have to know your limitation, because if you do not, the likelihood of you causing more harm than good. Because here's the deal. Think in this way: how does somebody make profit in a stock market? They have to buy it when it's low and they have to sell it when it's high. That means somebody is buying it when it's high. Think about it, like calmly think about it. It's a money transfer system, so to say. So again, that's why I hedge it on Nifty 50, because again, it's a very, what you call, mathematical system. There is no too much brain power involved into it. It's like, hey, government is like, bro, which are the 50 top performing stocks? They group them into one thing, managed by some studios, and I'm saying basically investment firms and all that, and done. Like there is not too much, okay, I'm investing into this, I'm returning to that. Like you can try that, but again, most people will lose money. That's the whole point of this guy. What is that rich old guy? What is that very rich guy? Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is like, most people will lose money if they invest. Most people will gain. Again, especially in long term. Short term, you can have a lot of up downs, but in long term, let's say 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years. Now, here's the, you would think Warren Buffett is like GG, and he is GG financially, but he gave advice to, apparently, he gave advice to Bill Gates to diversify his Microsoft stock. If he had not done that, he would have been richer right now. Again, you see, that's the whole point. Like people think like, oh, what if I do this and that? Again, you can try it and you should try it, but do not expect it's like, boom, money, printing. There are people who made Amazon affiliate, and they're like, there are people who made YouTube channel. I did the same thing, nothing. So it's one of those things, like if you think going into, like it's how people's like experienced people will warn you, like if you go into a career thinking there is a lot of money, you're not going to get money. You get paid for competence. So same thing happens here. Okay. What are your views on stocks? Okay, how many Indian states have been interested? Quite a few. Like Rajasthan, Delhi, Calcutta, basically Bengal, and Karnataka, and Mumbai. Where is Mumbai? Mumbai and all that. So I've been to some, not a lot, but some. It's not zero. And again, MP also, yeah, MP, UP, okay, UP also. So Rajasthan, MP, UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, and Kerala, Karnataka. No, Kerala I am not. But I've been around. Not too much, but I've been around. So, what do you think of Sony ZV series? It's okay, but like you have to understand, do not focus on the camera body, focus on the lens and what you want to do with it. It's like if you do not process that part properly, what you want to do with it, does it suit your need? For example, if people are like, hey, I want this camera and it has to record for, let's say, 2-3 hours, ZV camera or even FX, unless you have FX camera, it will not work. Why? Because again, FX camera has cooling fan, so it can work. What the hell? Yeah, now my leg started to hurt. Where in Rajasthan you came? Long ago. It's like very long ago. If someone is there to tell what sort of financial philosophy advice they should get, I mean, until they're in 30s, start investing in Nifty 50. Basically, simple things. Not hulululu, not complex and this and that. No, simple Nifty 50, things like that. Or S&P 500, simple things like that. And do it monthly, regularly, long term. It will go up. Like for example, right now Nifty 50 is going right now. It's very bad, but here's the deal. I have been investing for around, let's say, 1.5 years, so to say, and all it did to my portfolio, instead of going 15%, like 11 to 15% profit, it dropped to 3%. It did not went to red. That's what happens. Once you increase the time frame, it never goes to red. You can keep adding money, keep adding money, keep adding money. As long as you stretch the timeline, then it's like me good, me GG. Stretch it to 3 years, good. Stretch it to 5 years, ultra good. Stretch it to 15 years, enjoy. So that's the whole thing. But at least visited his channel, Puneet Basar. I do not. How do you feel immediately after you stop the live stream? Nothing, just tired. It's like it takes a lot of energy. So that's what you will do. And again, document your money expenditure. That's the first mistake people do. Again, I also did that. Now, I was okay with it because again, I did used to had like printout of Google calendar, and then I used to write like I spent 100 rupees morning breakfast and all that, and I used to count it. Again, that allowed me to have a grip on money. But nowadays I've been like, this is my third year filing taxes, and again, yes, file taxes. You will think, what's the point? No, always file it. Trust me, it's a paperwork that if you have it and later you need like for your credit card, loans, and lot of governmental things, you will be so glad that you did. That's the one thing. Like again, I should have also done that earlier, but okay. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. That's other. Puneet versus I was on Onion side dark web. They're offering 100 GB of data for $10, but I'm confused because the web is running at the speed of 300 kb. How am I supposed to download 100 GBs? That's the whole thing. See, dark web is very dangerous area. I do not like, unless you know what you're doing or like you have no other choice, do not go there. Like it's a what you call pro level player. It's a pro level area. Somehow combine qubits and create gates. So 2 qubits gets 3 qubits give, and so on. There's 5 kinds of gates, and read more, and 3 qubits gates give traditional computer vibes. Yeah, that's the whole problem. It's not traditional computer. It does 8 computation in one clock cycle, so to say. That's why. And again, how do you get out of it? That's the problem. So all of those things are very tedious. Again, I'm not the right person for that depth level of analysis. What happened if the government privatized police and jail system? Yeah, that should not happen. Like if you're like army privatization, no. Jail privatization, hell no. Health privatization, it is already private. Like there is not much. Education, already private. So it's one of those things. Again, electricity is one of those things that I'm very passionate about. Other than that, I'm not. Other than that, I'm not that much. So, what is the last time in your life you felt anything adrenaline rush? That does happen. That does happen. See, if I built a project and it actually works, it feels very good. Like feels very good. Again, you do get numb to joy after a certain age, and again, that's the most painful part of it. You should not, let that be very clear. You should be able to enjoy what you're doing. I cannot, simply because again, I did not took care of myself quite well enough in the last 4 years of hell. So it has a penalty for me. But again, you have to learn to enjoy yourself. If you do not, it will bad. You look tall, maybe 6'2", 6'3". No, I am 5'11", I think. 5'10" or 5'11", something like that. So yeah. What is the last time live? Yeah, that's the adrenaline rush. Yeah, things happen. Again, driving cars and all that. But it's been quite some time, man. It's like see, I'm a bit too honest about these sort of things, so I just share it on the channel. But again, trust me when I say this, almost everybody who's in 30 years old, they are also dealing with the same thing. And again, there was a good talk today that kind of, not today, as in like on Diwali, 2 days ago, that gave me a hope that, yeah, it's not just me, people get tired. Like it's one of those things, oh, you are getting old, you are getting tired. It's one of those things that like 20s are a nuclear reactor times, like yeah, but 30s are not that. And again, my last 4 years was extremely brutal, so it had extra cumulative damage, so to say. But it is what it is. The real AC vent actually are blower fans with vents. You can actually install a separate fan unit in Espresso. Real AC vent is actually a blower fan with vents. You can actually install a separate fan unit. See, fan is not the problem. I can sort all that part. It's the piping. Problem is in Wagner, I have seen a lot of people pulling it out, and there is place for pipes. In Espresso, there is no pipe, so I have to physically drill into the plastic trim, so to say. And once I do that, there is no going back. So I'm very scared of it. Again, nobody will yell at me, but again, it will be a very ironic thing to do. So that's why like it's not that. Stock prices jumped from 3.5 to 2.5 just this year. Ulysses stock price. Ulysses, which company you're talking about? Please provide a bit more context. Watched any movie or web series? No. I don't have that much time, like believe it or not, I don't actually have that much time. So it's basically I'm dealing with inefficiency. That's all there is to it. I'm dealing with inefficiency, and I'm trying to work myself so I can fix the inefficiency. I do expect it to take long, and my apologies for that. And I hope I will see you by the time I'm sorted it. But again, my Hindi channel is finally giving me hope. After so long, like I have a Google sheet of my YouTube channel from day 1 to current, and it's like, you know, early 2 years it was like straight line. Again, it had ups and downs, but it was a straight line. And then 4 years ago it went and it barely. After so long, finally one or two my shots actually went, and then it's like, okay, I'm talking about watch hour. And again, watch hour going up using a shot, that's like chef's kiss. So that went up, subscriber went up. I was like stuck in a position where I was only getting 1000 subscriber per month for almost like a year or so. So it was very painful. But now I'm like 300k happened very recently, and now I'm already at 12,000 plus. So, and again, even this channel finally crossed 10,000. So yeah. People have also installed rear AC vent in Alto 10. I have seen Alto. See, I've seen Alto. I have not seen Espresso. That's the problem. Espresso has a different, like in the handbrake, na? So handbrake has a trim. In that trim, when you are talking about that handbrake trim in Wagonar, it has a, like, gap is not that much. In Espresso, the gap goes down. So there is no place for pipes. That's the problem. Dude, I have looked into it. Like, I've really looked into it. So, is there a chance of price hike of gold? Absolutely. See, zoom out, it will always go up. It will always go up. There is no scenario, no timeline where it goes down. It will always go up. And not because gold is becoming very precious, it's simply because inflation. So, you have to understand that. Like, it will go up. You are taller than your father. I have seen many times your younger children outgrew their parents. Yeah, height wise, I'm the tallest in my family, including my brother. I'm also taller than him. But unfortunately, it's not 6 foot. So it's like so how much you invested in Nifty 50 monthly? Very little. But again, I do try my best to do it monthly. And big change happened is like, again, the court penalty, that for that reason I did not invest into it, but I'm trying to do it again. But I do try to do it monthly. Oh, recently I finally bought it in, like, when it went dip. So a lot of people are like, it's like going down, sell it. I'm like, I'm buying it. I'm trusting myself to not regret this, hopefully in few years. And the main idea is, the reason why I'm doing Nifty 50 is not for money. It's more for, I need solar in my house. I need solar. My household needs solar. Not only for my family's health, but also for my health. And again, I want to work for quality of life, not like I have money. It's like, what the hell I'm going to do with money? I need quality of life. So that requires a lot of money to get proper solar done. So that's the whole point why I'm doing this investment. It's like I'm piling money to, basically I'm doing invert of a loan. Instead of taking out a loan, installing today, and then, like, paying the EMI, I'm doing EMI today, and instead of paying interest, I'm getting interest. So that's the inverted part. And if I keep working regularly, it should go well. That's a personal information, professor. I will not specify how much. At any point, do you think something else, quitting YouTube, just finance any side gigs? See, right now, I do not have other options. I jumped into it fully blindsided. Do I regret it? Hell no. Like, a lot of amazing things happen. Remove the financial part, because you have to understand, it's very easy for younglings to be like, oh, you are not making that much. And it's like, no, I'm making a lot. Like, from a quality of life point of view, because again, I'm not paying rent. You are living in Bangalore, you are making 1 lakh rupee per month. It sounds awesome. It's just that your rent would be so awesome. Your food will be awesome. It's like all those things pile up, and your actual in hand, like what you have for yourself, it's very little. And the time you have to give to your company, it would be very brutal. And God help you if they do not allow work from home. Then again, again, in my old days when I was working in studio, I had to travel 2 hours, man. 2 hours. One way was 1 hour, another way was 1 hour. It was like 2 hours I was wasting of my life just in bus travel. So I do know, like, this desire is like, oh, you're making so much money in these big cities. It's like, yeah, most people are not even making that much, as much as I am. Like, again, it's not that I'm making so much, it's my expenditure is so low. And I do not have a wife and child. So that's there. I'm starting freelancing. What do you think about the income tax file from this year? You should always do income tax, trust me. Always do income tax. It's a paperwork for your future, and your future will thank you. Because again, when I wanted to get a credit card, again, inherently I should not get a credit card, but I just realized credit card is like an emergency insurance for yourself without paperwork. So if you do it right, and if you build your credit score and increase your system, you can get that loan, non-collateral loan. Let that be very clear. It's non-collateral, meaning nothing will be taken away from you if you fail to repay it. That's why, like, government, like, they need credit score for that. Like, because again, if I do not pay, it's like they are stuck. They cannot, because again, I did not put my house down or anything like that. So that's why they need your history. Like, are you going to actually pay for it? Again, they will try to recover it, but it's non-collateral. So they needed, like, I gave them all my printouts of, Federal Bank had this one good thing. It's like, whenever the money came from foreign sources, they had a independent PDF that had, like, your GST, IGST, all that. There was like a good printout. I could just easily print out. Bank of India just have a SMS, and again that SMS is like, please contact the branch. I'm like, dude, I have given the paperwork, all of that is sorted, please stop, say, contact the branch, contact the branch. It's like, it is what it is. So it's like, minimum rupee to invest, that's up to you. Again, see, there is one unit you can invest. I think 50 rupees I think is the minimum, but again, coin app will say, hey, at least invest 500. So that's there. Sometimes belong to you, much lifestyle. Dave, how is your solar panel working? It's working. It's the battery and inverter part that's the weak link. And again, I've been trolled by basically Luminous. I bought Luminous because again they had Wi-Fi dongle, and they do not have Wi-Fi dongle. I bought it so I can, like, track it and make videos on it. Nope, nope. I just got noped. Oh, look at it. It's 1 hour. Damn. Okay. Your health will be boom. I hope so. I hope so. I will really, that's my core focus now. Like, I really need to sort my this and then my physical health, and then I have a feeling I should be able to sort myself slowly, but I should be able to sort myself. How you're maintaining your solar require maintenance, and there is no maintenance, and it's not 1 year old. So credit loan, do you need to make money monthly? Am I right? Credit loan, you need to make money monthly? No, no. Your brother physician? No, he's an industrial health expert, meaning people who are. Yes, this is a firecracker. Not joking, this is actually firecracker. So yeah, my brother is the one who is responsible for making sure the factories do not become a death trap. So that's there. Okay, it's been 1 hour, so I will take my leave. I am very tired, and I'm thank you so much for all of your patience, because again today was tough to say the least. I will see you next week, hopefully with better health. Bye.